That's
There's
true.
a bird, Ruby.
There's a bird, Ruby.
How is
The
that?
bird.
Well, what's the problem? That sounds great. You can turn back when you want, right?
No, Ruby. You understand?
Welcome
Sup?
to our Weird Flex.
But okay, podcast.
Yeah.
What's up?
You want to do
Hello.
the intro? Because I'm eating right now.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna introduce everything so hard.
Oh.
Hey guys, welcome to the Weird Flex But Okay podcast, your comedy, weeps, workouts, and advice podcast where we answer your questions. If you would like to submit a question, please email us at weirdflexbutokaypodcast@gmail.com. The music that you've heard in every episode is by What's My Name on Instagram and Soundcloud. And follow us on Twitter at WeirdFlexPod. I think I've said all of the things. Jordan, how is your doing? How is your doing?
I'm doing good. I'm eating.
Is your doing well?
Yeah. Yeah. I just got back from HorseCon, MLP, MSP, that no one knew I was going to. It was funny. Like, I probably could have gotten a lot of stuff there. It was Saber gave me like a time, well, not really a time, but like a big brother talk. Not like talk, like it was just like why didn't you tell us you were coming? Because I wanted to surprise you. Jordan, we could have set things up for you. You didn't have to do it. I was just like, dude, it was just fun. I was like, no, I just wanted to go.
So wait, when you secretly like went, did you like book your own hotel and all this
Yeah,
stuff, or were you just?
I did. I booked my own hotel and I booked it across the street so they wouldn't see me in the building.
Oh my god,
So-
that would have been so funny if you just like took pictures of yourself there the whole weekend and didn't say anything till like Sunday.
I know, right? That would have been some shit, but I was like, I can't, because like the first time I was trying to like hold off the first day because like, so people who don't know, I do this thing called the Captain America disguise, which Ant-Man even made fun of in the second movie, where you just wear a baseball cap and some sunglasses. Wear this, walk around, no one will notice you if you're wearing like just a long sleeve shirt, okay? It works every single time for me. I've scared Saber with this countless times. I've scared Hero, Paleo, other people with this so many times. So it's just fun for me. I was doing this, so I go there, I go to the convention, like, and I go to pick up my badge, like, at 3, and I, like, see some familiar faces. I'm like, okay, how many of them are going to recognize me? All right, there's my friend Silverclaw. He doesn't recognize me, so this is working out. There's this person, there's this person, there's this person. They don't recognize me either. And, there was, our good friend Sydney, she's at the thing that we're going to pick up badges, and she shows up because she's actually working the convention. She works there.
Oh,
And
nice.
she was like, okay, cool. And she's a handler to some of our friends. And oh, excuse me. Yeah, so I had to go meet my she walks up and she sees me with the sunglasses and shades hat on, and then my friend Jay Haller, or his friend, goes like, oh, do you know my friend Greg? And I'm just like, what's up, I'm Greg. And she's like, hi. And then she just stops and she like looks. And she's like, I'm sorry, you look. And then she walks over to me, takes my sunglasses off. She's like, I knew it was you. And then she gives me a big hug. And it was so funny.
Damn
Because yeah, I was just like, oh, God, dang it. And so then we started talking, we were hanging out. And then, the other of the main 5 started showing up because, like, what's funny is, like, I have this, like, squad of people just because we're MLP fans, but we're all YouTubers in our own right, and we do various things. So, like, all of us have our different things. Like, there's Black Griffin. He's the freaking Rainbow Dash of the group, we always say, because he's just super talented at everything he does. If you know him on YouTube,
Yeah.
Black Griffin. Then there's Saber Spark. I say he's rarity because he makes quality work and is generous. Then there's AC Race Best, who's hyper Pinkie Pie. Then Paleo's a smart one, so he's Twilight. And then the Hirosashi's are Fluttershy, but he wasn't there this weekend, so it was just me. And then I'm the
It's
Applejack.
so adorable that you all have your.
Yes, we all have our
You all know
quirks,
who you
wink,
are.
nudge. And I'm Applejack because I'm the strong one. So, like, I was waiting for other members of the main 5 this weekend to show up. And so, we, like, it was, let me go in order. So, like, I waited at the hotel for a bit.
Yeah.
I met this girl, Kyrie, who was really cool. She was a really cool
Kyrie.
cosplayer.
Kyrie.
Yeah, Kari. No, okay, this is how I remember. Kari from Digimon, Kyrie from Kingdom Hearts. Kari.
There it is.
Kari.
There it
All right, there
is.
we go. So I met her. She was really cool. And Paleo and Saber show up. So like I'm just like I'm gonna fuck with them because they have no idea I'm here. They have no idea. So I like walk up by and I'm like walking all the way across the street and like while walking down this bar and I'm just like walking. Sydney and Kari are trying not to laugh and then like Saber's just talking like yeah. So the flight was I just walk by him and go watch where you're walking, dork. And he's just like and he's like what the and he looks around and he sees me. It's like God dang it, Jaxblade! Why didn't you tell me you were coming? And then Paleo's the same way, like, you're here? You're here? It's just so funny that we all, like, gave a big group hug. And it was just like, yeah, so what we doing? And then they go drop off their food, and we're all hanging out. And then we went out for sushi, which I was telling Katy about. Conveyor belt sushi sucks if you're on the last table. Because, like, people
seating
keep...
definitely...
No, I agree with Katy. You're saying valid stuff because, like, you have to go and take... like certain foods, so like
you gotta take what you want, bitch.
You have to go take what you want, and it's just like honestly, you just go and grab something, and you wonder if you're gonna get in trouble for that. I don't know if you do, but like we went out for dinner. We had that. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, then we waited for Gabe Black Griffin to show up because he was coming like at 1 a.m. So they go to his room, and they're hanging out, and Gabe is just like he for some reason he thought something was up because me and Saber were eating pizza and chicken cheese fries and all that shit, and so like he's just like it's on the bed waiting, and he's just like, why do you want me to eat this pizza so bad? It's just like, no, just go have some pizza, it's fine. And he's like, what's wrong? And then he goes and eats his pizza, and then I'm just like, hi Gabe, and I'm wearing my sunglasses and shit. He's like, what the? And he's like, oh my god. And he's just like, well, this is a surprise.
So wholesome.
And then like he's just like, this is a surprise, a good surprise, but still. And then we like hugged it out and again. And then like this is the big one. This is the one I can't wait to be animated. Well, not animated, but like put online. So our friend AC Racebest, he vlogs every convention he's at, like every single con. And he had absolutely no idea who was there. And, like, they had a panel the Friday of. So, like, I woke up, like, at 11. And I was like, he didn't get in until 5, so he's on the panel and he's setting up. So I wore my Miles Morales, like, Spider-Man costume the entire thing.
Oh, my God.
But I could not see anything in it. So I was like, Jay Haller, I need you to guide me to where this room is. And so I walked in. I'm wearing, like, a Rainbow Dash tank top and some shorts over it and my Michael Jordans and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm sitting there. And he walks by me on the camera. And he's like, thumbs up, Spider-Man, thumbs up. And so I love my friends. They made it like very valid because like we had already had an incident at another con where like when they were on stage, someone random jumped on stage that they didn't know.
No.
And then like they had to like have a big talk with like, okay, security, you should make sure something like this doesn't happen again. And like, so Gabe starts talking like, yeah, I know it's crazy. Like, I really hope just because that happened, it doesn't encourage other people to jump on stage like randomly and stuff like that.
Jordan, I hope this isn't going where you think it's going.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So like, we're talking, you know, they're doing a thing. And then like Saber brings up, so like, let's introduce everyone who's been on Bronies React. There's this person, this person, this person. Yeah, I think that's about it. And then Ray's just like, yeah, so anyways, and then I just jump on the stage and he's like, and then the whole crowd gasps. And then I just walk over to Ray. She's just like, well, this is happening. So he thought.
Wait, so is your mask still on?
Yeah, my mask is still on. He has no idea. He thinks it's just a random guy. He's just like, well, this is happening. So I go over to him and then I grab him and I take my mask off. I'm like, hi, honey. And he's like, oh my God. He just has this look of shock on his face.
My God.
And the whole crowd is like cracking up. And then Saber and Bailey are laughing.
That's terrifying because you never knew if security would have been on it. They could have grabbed you.
I know. No. We made clear, like, oh, yeah, first off, like, they know it was me because I was like, hey, it's me, Jaxblade. Yeah, because my badge
so you
says
guys had
Jaxblade.
a discussion beforehand.
No, my badge says Jaxblade on it. And I was like, so I have to walk in the room and show my badge so they knew. And I was just like, just keep it on the DL. So, like, I walk in there and then I just do that. And then I sit on stage and we do a panel together. But it was so funny because he was just so shocked. Like, I can't wait for it to go online because his face was just like shock.
Well,
this
is happening.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like,
oh my God,
because he didn't smile at all.
Get tackled, like, oh my God.
Ooh, they wish they could tackle me, but it was funny. It was he didn't smile at first. He was just so shocked when I took, because I couldn't get the mask off at first because it was like zipped on. I was like, oh, how the fuck do I pull this face shell off? And so I take it off and like, hey, hi buddy. And then like I sit down and then we do a panel, and the whole weekend we just did stuff like that, and we hung out the entire weekend doing the stereotypical main 5 shenanigans that we always do. It was super fun. Got to like hang with some good friends, old friends, Sydney, Saber, Paleo, Ray's, Gabe, all them, Cowboy Dave, our friend.
And you're gonna see them all again at the Big Pony Con.
And the Big Pony Con, and you get to be a part of our squad because we indoctrinated you. So
I'm gonna go be a pony.
Yes. I'm gonna actually cosplay there. I might actually.
I think I might. Should we bring our costume?
What, the piece of cake to bake a pretty cake? I mean, it'd be much easier for me because I don't have to carry, like, literally. I think what I'm gonna do is because, like, since you're go to the airport. What the fuck is my phone? Shut up, phone. I'm talking to my friend Katy right now. Yeah. So like I might like just drive it. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. So yeah, it's literally right there because the con is literally a 30-minute drive from my house. It's just like, oh yeah, there we go, back and forth. And that was fun. That was super fun. The whole con. Can't wait for the horse con in 6 weeks now. So yeah, that's gonna be super fun. But enough about me. How was you going to your gay rat wedding?
Yeah, mine's a pretty short intro. My weekend was pretty fun. I went to the gay rat wedding in Alabama. For anybody that doesn't know, in Alabama they recently passed a law about, or not law, but they essentially were like, there was an Arthur episode that featured Mr. Ratburn getting married to another boy. Ooh, woo. And then Alabama was like, bitch, we're not going to play that on TV because children. And then people in Alabama were like, what the fuck? That's not cool. There's nothing wrong with showing children that gay people exist. What the fuck, Alabama? So Sidewalk Film Festival partnered with a church that I think it was like something Methodist. I can't remember the name of the church. And they were like, well, bitch, we're going to show the episode anyway and have a big gay celebration of Mr. Ratburn getting married to his hubby because fuck you, Alabama cable whatever. I don't know which specific TV outlet wasn't showing the episode, but apparently it was a big one. And so, so we all celebrated Mr. Ratburn. We ate cake, and it was a family-friendly event, bitch. We had children, we had families, we had teens, we had everybody come together to celebrate Mr. Ratburn, and it was wonderful and beautiful, and I love Alabama, but I also just get like, come on, Alabama, why you gotta be doing this?
Also,
why?
You gotta be.
It was fun.
Blind as fuck to not think Mr. Ratburn's gay. I mean, like, there's just so much. Like, when you watch the early seasons, just like, cake? You have cake? Oh my. Do you have some cake here? I'm gonna steal it from this child because you have cake. It's just like, Mr. he was
Ratburn
very
is fucking savage.
Yeah, he was very, like, flamboyant. I mean, it's just gay. To me, that did not come out of nowhere. It's just like, I've always thought he was gay. It
was a really cute episode, too. Like,
what was the premise of the episode? What happened?
It was really adorable. Jane Lynch actually guest stars in it as his sister. And originally, the kids are, like, I've seen Arthur before, but I haven't seen Arthur in, like, a good long time. So watching it, the pacing was definitely different from the cartoons I'm used to. But, like, Mr. Ratburn's
especially
in
the
class.
Flash.
Yeah. He's in class talking to, God damn it, to the children about their schoolwork. And then he gets a phone call about, like, flowers for a wedding. And they're like, what wedding? And he's like, my wedding. And they're like, what? And then like, they just change the subject. And then the kids are like, wonder who he's getting married to. And then they're like, oh, well. But then they go out to a place to eat food together. They just go out to a restaurant, and they see Mr. Ratburn sitting with like a lady.
Rat?
Yeah, a girl rat that happens to be Jane Lynch, voiced by Jane Lynch, who's amazing. And she's all like business suit, like the spoiler is that she is his sister and is also like a wedding planner for him, and they're just having like a get together meeting.
But they thought they were together.
Yeah, the kids thought that was like who he's marrying, and they're like, "Oh
it's
no!"
Alabama.
Yep. So the kids are just like, "Oh man, she seems really stuck up, and apparently she's going to make Mr. Ratburn give us more homework or something like that. I don't know. And so they're like, we have to split them up. We have to say we don't want this marriage to happen. So they go to a chocolate shop, and the guy at the chocolate shop is actually, plot twist, the guy that ends up marrying Mr. Ratburn. So it's cheeky. It's cheeky. And so they go to the chocolate shop, and they're like, hey, we need chocolate because we want Mr. Ratburn, or we want our teacher to not marry this mean lady. And the rat guy and the guy at the chocolate shop's just like, interesting. Well, I think chocolate can do anything, but I don't know about that. And they're just like, just give us the chocolate. And he's like, alrighty. And so they get the chocolate. And then they do a bunch of shenanigans to try to break them up. And then the day of the wedding comes, and they're like, okay, we're going to, when they get to the part where they say, does anyone have any objections, we're all going to stand up and say we do so that they won't get married because that's the rules. But then when the time comes to say the objections, they don't because they get too nervous. And then the music starts, and they're like, oh man, he's coming. But why is the lady standing up there? Isn't that who he's marrying? And why is she in a suit? And then there's like a 15-second scene of like Mr. Ratburn just walking with the guy, and the chocolate guy winks at the kids, and they're like and then it cuts to like the kids being like, man, so I guess it wasn't that lady, but there is one thing that teachers should never do. And then they're like, what is it? And then they point to that, and it just shows Mr. Ratburn and his husband like dancing profusely on the dance floor, like grinding on the dance floor, and then they start laughing, and then the episode is over.
Okay. And then they had cake. Did somebody
and then
say
they had cake? So it was just like a really short, cute episode that I totally butchered. But like the scene with the gay wedding was even like less than 30 seconds long. So like, come on, Alabama. Why you gotta be like that? But yeah, that was part of my weekend. I went to the gay rat wedding, and then I butchered an explanation. Yeah, I went inner tubing this weekend, and I got a big bruise on my back, which hurts because I hit a rock. But I'm
so
doing
you pulled
fine.
What I did?
Probably.
Remember when I told you the kayak story and I fell out and I was smacking into all those rocks?
Oh no! Yeah, I did something like that. It only hit like one part of my back, and so I have a big bruise, and then my elbow is kind of fucked up. But like, you know, it's not like huge noticeable spots, so they'll heal in time.
Oh well, as long as you are taking care of yourself and icing.
Icing?
Ice yourself so that you know the.
I have not iced myself.
Ice the injuries.
Oh. I guess I haven't had a bruise in a long time. Is that a thing?
Yes, that's a common thing. Rest,
I know
ice,
that when
compression,
people
elevate.
when people get like a black eye, they hold like an ice pack up. But I haven't.
It reduces the
had a
swelling.
bruise in years.
Yeah, it helps
or,
with the
if,
bruising go down, like because all the blood will rush into the area afterwards.
I'll have
like,
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a big honking bruise. It's like whew, and it hurts when I poke it. But I should not.
Yeah,
poke
you shouldn't poke it. So put some ice on it. Wrap it around, elevate it,
Yeah.
and you'll be good.
Yeah, I will do that.
Good.
But yeah, I did that, and then I just chilled. It was pretty great. Ate some fruit snacks. I hung out.
And then and then I randomly called you, and then we had fun.
Yes, that also happens.
Yeah,
That always happens.
That always happens. Like Katy is like my number one person of advice because it's like cool to have like a hot female friend that you could just be like, oh yeah, hey, I need some advice for something. It's just like, okay.
I need hot girl advice.
I need hot girl advice, help, or something like that. It's just like, it's so great. So yeah.
It's so wholesome.
Yeah.
And you're also like one of the number one people that I call if I ever need advice. I don't need hot girl advice though. I can do that on my own.
Yes.
But
so we're
Jordan
both
is
going
also,
to be on Don
he's a
Brew
plethora
Nunkira
of wisdom.
Matero coming July 3rd.
Totally.
2019. I'm going to make it
totally
happen.
Happening.
I swear to God. No, I will do everything in my power.
Put
to
it out
make
into
this
the
shit.
universe. I'll fucking go. I'll do it.
Yes, right. We're going to fucking do this. Like, you think you're going to fucking RTX, and you will, but I'm going to the Funimation thing, and we're going to go sneak in, and then we're going to delete their lines, and we're going to re-record our lines, and then we're going to put them on broadcast, and they'll be like, shit, what happened? Why is this on broadcast?
And then we're going to get blacklisted and sent to jail.
No.
But it'll be worth it.
I'm already black, so they can list me. So anyways, what happens is, like, I'm just going to
It just makes it easier.
What happened? Look. All right, so, like, what if we do that? And then they're like, holy shit, the audience really likes these voices. They seem very familiar. Oh, my God. You know what? Don't get blacklisted them. Get them back in here. You got some balls, kids. All right, how would you
Genius.
like a job? And then they go,
Bravo.
yeah. And now we're on Don Bruin on Kira Matera. I guess I gotta get used to calling it its English name, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be used to that because its English name is How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift? And it's just like,
Okay.
I prefer Don Bruin on Kilo Matero. I just like saying it like that. Don Bruin
Yeah.
on Kilo Matero. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm excited for it to come out because I really want to watch it. Because if it makes you that excited, it must be
It
really
makes
good.
me so happy, Katie. That's a big deal for me. I rarely am happy these days unless I'm talking to you. We're friends, and this will
Aw.
make me so happy. Oh God.
Dude, don't listen to Jordan. He's a happy boy a lot of the time. When we're up late at night and we're like on Discord, like I've been joining their Discord calls. And
She's one of the group, Gooble Gobble.
the Gooble Gobbles, and we have fun talking about titties and anime.
Yeah, and Let's Go. And
He's
Let's
a happy
Go.
boy. Let's go.
Let's Go. Let's Go was
Let's
really
go,
good this
let's
season.
go.
I'd argue this season was better than first season. It was,
Oh
in my
God, I
opinion.
loved this season. But okay, we
I
can
know.
talk more about that.
We'll talk
stuff
about that
'cause
later on,
We're,
but
we're 20
anyways.
minutes in and we haven't even asked a question yet.
It's 30 minutes in. Well, that's what you get when you sign up to us. You hear our guessing. But
I mean,
anyways,
you're right.
enough of her talking.
All right,
Let's talking
Jordan,
about talking
Take
animals.
us to our first question.
What would you? All
Hey!
right. Hey, Katie. Hey, Jordan. I'm a big fan of the podcast. My question is to you this: would you prefer to be a sea animal or a land animal? And or what for? If you could pick both, what would they each be?
All right,
and
Jordan.
What animal wouldn't you want to be? All right.
I have my answer.
I have my answer too.
Land shark.
You would die so fast.
I'm gonna be a land shark.
Well, a street
land
shark, you mean?
Land shark.
Do you mean street sharks?
I'm a land shark.
Do you know
I'm
what a
gonna
street
send you a
shark
video.
is?
Jenna Marbles made a video called Land Shark, and I want to be a land shark.
Do you know what a street shark is?
Do they sell cars?
Well, kinda. I'm not joking. They have a bunch of car equipment. So yeah.
I knew it. What?
You remember
no, I
that
don't know what a
video
street
of
shark
me that you were laughing at when I was like transforming as a
That could be
5-year-old?
infinitely. That could be an infinite amount.
When
of
I was a
videos.
5-year-old and I was trying to transform into something, and you were like, "Oh, you little dork."
Yes, I
Yes.
do.
Yeah, that's what street sharks was.
Those are the street sharks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, if you can't be a land shark, what would you be?
Damn it. Huh.
A sea animal, a land animal, and what would you eat? Be for
I'd
each
want to be a land animal.
Okay, what kind of land animal?
Let's see. I want to, cause sea animals, people. No, I wouldn't want to be in the sea, cause you don't know what's in the sea. But on land,
Why don't you be a
I know
Godzilla?
land better. Good point. Let's see. What would be the best case scenario? I'd probably want to be a dog, cause humans like dogs, so I could live the life.
Yeah, but you have a shortened life too.
Yeah, but any animal that isn't a human is below on the food chain, so I might as well
Not a
be an
crocodile.
animal.
Crocodiles.
Yeah, but then I have to live in a swamp. If I want to live a cushy life, the best case scenario is dogs, and a dog in America, because we really love our dogs.
Hopefully you don't get meeting Michael Vick then, because that's gonna go.
I mean, like, because any other animal doesn't have as high a chance of being pampered as a dog does.
A cat.
So I want to be a dog.
My cat does.
That's fair, but I
cats
don't
are
like cats as much.
Yeah, I know. 2 of our friends have cats, but yeah, whatever.
Although that is a good point. Cats, like, I can jump higher if I'm a cat. So if I need to escape situations, I have.
You can get stuck in trees.
Yeah, but a dog couldn't even get in a tree in the first place if they wanted to. But a cat, I have the option. I have claws. Actually, cat might be better.
Huh. A cat. Okay. So what?
I'll be a cat.
You don't want to. Okay, and what? Just for the hell of it, what sea animal would you be? Just like if you had to pick one.
Let's see. I'd be a whale shark.
Whale shark. Oh yeah, big ass whale shark.
Big ass whale shark.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good. I think for me, I feel like I want to be something that doesn't get fucked with, because I feel like if you're just too low, then something's like to me, I think that would be horrible to just be like, hey, look, I'm a fish in the ocean, snatch. Just like something just grabs you out of nowhere that you didn't expect. Like to me, just honestly, thinking about it, being in the ocean is just so dangerous because you
Yeah,
don't know
right.
what-
I don't want to be fucking near the ocean.
Like you see like those bobbit worm things that like they
Uh-huh.
pretend like to lure you down, and then you go and
Yeah.
get a bite, and then just snatches your whole blood. I feel like I probably
Yeah.
want to be a killer whale. Like nothing
Yeah.
fucks with a killer whale.
Nothing.
Yeah, I think
Good.
that's like. Is there anything that like eats killer whales? Do you think?
No, just humans. Humans will kill you.
I mean, yeah, but
That's-
like,
any animal, humans are gonna kill you.
well, yeah, but like,
unless you're on their good side.
Unless
like
you're
a cat or a
Godzilla.
dog.
but we can't be kaiju.
But
in
those
this.
aren't real. Those aren't real.
You don't
can't
know
be
that.
kaiju.
You know how
that's
deep the
fair.
ocean is? This is
You're
like,
right.
There is like so much uncharted territory in the ocean that you're just like,
This is
oh
fair.
my god, like that whole kraken thing with the big ass
Yeah.
tentacles. That might be a real thing. We
That
don't
could be
know.
real.
We have no idea. Like that's the thing people don't understand. Like some people are like, oh yeah, we know this. Like no, you don't know what's
Yeah.
down there.
Well,
That's
right
what
now
makes
we're
it
not
scary.
playing with could be's. We're playing with what we know.
Well, fine, Katy. I'd be a whale shark. I mean, not a whale shark. A fucking killer
Yay!
whale. A killer whale.
Aw.
Killer whale, because nothing could fuck with me if I'm a killer whale.
Except humans.
They could try. I'll flip the boat over like that movie Orca.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because you would also have your mind too.
Yeah, exactly. So I would know, like, oh shit, here they come. Boo, and
Oh,
I'll go
man.
swim like.
I just think being a land animal with a human mind would have like a lot of benefits for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like-
What would be
like,
a
I
good
just
land
think-
animal to be then? I'm trying to think.
That's
now.
what I'm saying. I think cat might be objectively the
Like,
best
what
if
about a
you wanna be
lion or a
If
tiger?
you want to be an American, well, no, because I'm thinking of the politics of it a lot. Because if you're a lion, again, people are gonna come hunt for you. You have to live out in the savannah. You have to murder for your food. If you're a pet, if you're a house pet, you can get the life.
Right.
And stray cats especially, humans will still feed them. You can chill around a human's place, and a lot of the times they're gonna be like, oh, it's fine. But if you're a lion,
Tiger.
they're gonna shoot you.
Well, can you see? I don't know if you could talk of this question, but I guess that doesn't matter. But like to me, I feel like I don't want to be a creature because like I don't know, like ever since I became a pet owner again, because even though I had like 2 pets when I was a little kid, I had a bulldog,
Yeah.
a Harley, and then I had a boxer named Buster, but both of them sadly passed on. Miss you boys.
Yeah.
But like yeah, ever since I became a pet owner again, like I don't know, I'm just so anxiously paranoid that like if I saw like a alligator trying to eat my dog, I would be fucking like, no, I'm gonna fuck you. I want to be something that like can't be eaten, something's like I don't have to worry about.
Jordan, I hate to say it, but any animal is
Not
below
like
the
by
food chain,
human. I mean, you know what I mean. Not like by
yeah,
human.
but that's why you got to think about this like from the perspective of like the food chain.
If
but
I was a
also
polar
from the-
bear, nothing could fuck with me.
You gotta think about this from the perspective too of like how the world works. Humans dominate the world, so you want to be in with the humans. What are the animals that the humans will fucking fight for, not
Wait,
against?
but
Cats
what-
and dogs.
Well, what
They'll
if I
fucking
could
fight for
do
their cats
that
and
whole
dogs.
Planet of the Apes thing with like Caesar? Because like honestly, if the Planet of the Apes is
Oh,
true,
if you can talk, this changes things.
yeah, exactly.
But like, if
I'm saying you
can't
could talk now. You could talk now.
Okay. But then again, if you can talk, the humans are just gonna do experiments on you.
But I could get But now that I'm an animal, I could talk both to the animals and to humans. And
They're
I could
still
be
gonna
like,
experiment on you.
But
Don't
no,
talk.
I can like
The
get.
humans are gonna fuck with you.
Well, but Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes. Remember, like realistically, you know what? If if gorillas were as smart as humans, we would be fucked. Like we would.
Yeah, but there's only one of you, and fucking billions of humans.
Yeah, but if I
They're
talk to
gonna
the
fuck you
gorillas,
up.
okay, but here's what I'm saying. If I was able to communicate with like gorillas the same way Caesar was, then like and get them weapons, then it's just a wrap for humans because it's just like.
But there's only one of you. And
But
you
if
can
I
only
can
talk to so many
communicate to
gorillas
the gorilla-
at once.
Yeah, but
Like
there's
you got to think logistically. How are you gonna get to all these gorillas? Like
Video.
without humans.
video. You just make a video and like you put it in like that whole thing, like you know how Caesar did it with the gas.
Jordan, I don't think you're being realistic.
I don't think you're being realistic here with the freaking animal talking question.
I'm just gonna be a cat. And
I'm gonna be
go-
Godzilla. There, I
I'm
win.
gonna go cuddle up to a human that's gonna feed me fish.
I'm gonna be
and then
Godzilla.
and then I'm gonna fuck with the humans because I'm only gonna talk around like the 5-year-olds, and then I won't talk.
Oh wow, you're
around
evil.
the adults.
Evil.
So I'm gonna have like in-depth conversations with like teenagers, but then I'm not gonna say anything.
No, then you're gonna make them look crazy. You're gonna be like that Son of Sam
Exactly.
killer.
I'm gonna drive everyone crazy.
You're gonna be like that guy from Son of Sam who's like, "Hey, my dog is telling me to go kill people," and then like he talks, and then like it's like he talks, please talk, but then like you don't talk when other people are around, and then he goes crazy because like that you're gonna make a bunch of schizophrenics like lose their mind and go like.
Or
yeah.
okay, here's another way to phrase the question, because if you're just turned into an animal, that's more of a curse because we're already the dominating species.
I
as
got
humans.
turned into a bird.
But
Ruby.
yes, that's
I
where
got
I'm
turned
going.
into a
What if you
bird.
could do it on command? If you can change back into a human, but you can turn into any animal or into one animal whenever you want, but you do have the ability to be a human.
Godzilla.
Again. But no, it has to be an animal that we know that
Yeah,
exists.
Godzilla does exist. He's in Japan. Didn't you watch that documentary
God
about
damn
him?
it.
Yeah,
Jordan.
exactly. Godzilla is more like
What's
it.
a real animal that you
T-Rex.
would want to turn into?
T-Rex.
It has to be one that
T-Rex
has
is
not-
real.
No, I know. I'm saying they only have like bones and stuff like that. You need to be able to pick something that verbatim could be seen today.
Fucking dragon. What does dragon count as? Like a dragon bones. What are those things with the dragon bones?
Do you want to be a lizard?
Well, no, I want to be something cool. I want to be something alpha. What's the most alpha animal there is? A polar bear. I want to be a polar bear.
Polar bear.
Yeah, the polar bear.
Hell yeah.
Nothing on land fucks with the polar bear.
Yeah, but if you're living somewhere sunny, then when you turn into a polar bear, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm so hot."
I'll turn back. Simple.
That's
I turned
true.
into a bird, Ruby.
Turn
A
into a
bird, Ruby.
A bird.
Well, what's the problem? That sounds great. You can turn back when you want, right? No.
No, Ruby. You understand? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning.
I can't figure out what I'd want to be if I could change back.
A
Honestly,
tiger.
I'm trying to think.
A tiger. It's a big cat.
That's
Superpowers.
Because I could use it. Because on one hand, I have two thought processes. One, I want to be something small and silly so I can fuck with people. But two, for self-defense reasons, I want to be able to do something that's like I could bite the fuck out of
If
somebody.
you
they try
eat
to fuck with
someone
me.
as an animal, will that make you a cannibal?
Yes.
Like if you revert back to your human self, like let's say I'm a polar bear and I see a mugger trying to like attack a girl, and then like I eat the mugger, and then like I revert back. Like, well,
You don't have to eat them. Just bite their heck
No,
off.
I
Just
want
bite
to
their
eat,
neck.
but I want to eat them because I want to see what they
Then
taste
you're a
like.
cannibal because
it's
you're
not,
using
because
your
I'm a
human
bear.
mind to decide.
No,
that
I'm a
you're eating
bear.
them.
I'm a bear, so it doesn't count.
But you're full human. You're only part bear.
No, because you said the biology changes me into whatever creature I want to be. So whatever creature, I am not biologically human anymore. I am a bear. So there.
I'm still gonna say you're a cannibal.
No, it's
Fuck
not a
you.
cannibal because I'm not.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh. Because like if I was like,
then I'm gonna turn into a fucking land shark.
you can't. You'll die instantly. You have to be a street shark.
I'll be a street shark.
Yeah, okay, there you go. You be a street shark. But like, okay, so like if I like, let's say I eat this person and I turn back into human self, will I like have a massive stomach ache because I just ate like 100 pounds of person?
Yes, because human meat is not good for you.
But it's good for my bear body.
No, actually, fun fact, I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about like meat and stuff, and then they said, fun fact, human meat is actually like not high on the list of meat that's good for you. So like if we ate each other, it would be not very nutritious diet.
But I'm a bear though, so I was just like, I just want to try it. Huh?
Then don't eat the human. as
Well,
a
okay,
bear.
wait. What if I'm a bear, right? And then like I wait for like an hour, and then I poop out the human, and then I go
Oh
back
my
to
God.
being like a person. That doesn't
Oh
make
my
me a cannibal
God.
because the entire digestion process went through me as a bear, but I didn't
But
go back
in
to
your
being
mind, Okay, Jordan, sure. Whatever you want. You
I'm
know
right,
you be a
Katy.
cannibal.
You don't
You're
listen to
wrong.
me.
You're wrong.
I'll eat you if you keep talking back to
I'm
me
gonna
like
be
this.
a cat, and I'm gonna chase you into.
What kind of cat? I'll be a polar bear. I'll eat you.
I'm gonna be a small cat, so you can't catch me, and then I'm gonna run
I'm
into
gonna
a house,
bore
and
you.
then they're gonna tranquilize you because humans are gonna say, "Oh, fuck, it's a bear. Let's protect
But
this
I
innocent
can go
cat."
back to normal. Yeah,
And then
see?
they'll
So
be
yeah,
like-
your whole thing is...
But then they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, this bear can turn into a human."
No, because
We
I
need
wouldn't
to
do it in
experiment
public.
on it.
I
We
wouldn't
need to
do it in
experiment
public.
on it. Well, there's no way you'd catch me because I'd always be in public then. So if you don't do it in public, you could never turn into a
Well,
bear
yeah, I
around
could
me.
easily catch you because it's just like, oh, I just walk in human form and then got you.
You wouldn't know where I live.
Yeah, I would.
I'd travel the
because
country
you would tell
as a
me
cat.
because we have to do a
Nuh-uh.
podcast together. So yeah,
Damn
so
it, you're right.
exactly. So you'd be stuck.
All right, audience, he's gotten me.
Exactly.
He's gotten me on this one.
I'm right. She's wrong, like usual. All right.
But speaking of wrong,
What?
let's go to our next question.
Okay.
All right. Oh wait, we should really quick answer what animal we wouldn't want to be. I
Uh,
would not want to be a goldfish.
I don't want to be anything that gets eaten really easily.
Yeah.
Any animal that gets eaten relatively quickly, like I don't know, like a rat or something, or like I don't know,
Yeah.
just shit like that. That would be horrible.
Yep.
What do
All
you
right.
do with a
So next question. This one is a fun one. Would you rather have Batman's skills, lifestyle, money, and stuff, or be able to end crime around the world for good, but be poor and unnoticed?
First one easily.
Really?
Yeah, because like the second one, first off, people being poor sucks. Like if you like don't have any money.
No,
like,
but you would end crime around the world for good. Like it would legitimately, all crime would end.
Yeah, but being poor is horrible. I mean, but here's the thing. Like, I think that I'm a bit more in the spiritual side of things, where like I believe if something is too good to be true, like something worse is gonna happen. Like, all right, so like let's say like there has to be a balance of like, you know, evil and good in the world or something like that.
Well, the
'Cause if
balance
you have,
is
like,
you're sacrificing yourself.
well, yeah, but then like you take over and then something like that, and it's just like, okay, yeah, like everything's clear now, and then like what happens typically, and this has happened like I can count like 20 different shows that's happening. So like you get this utopia and everything's like, oh, it's perfect, soft, but then like another thing comes in that's like even worse, but you're not used to this sort of stuff that's like been dark and fucking of the world, so now you're just like, oh shit. We've been soft now. Like, peace has cost us our strength. Victory has defeated us. And now we're kind of fucked because we were, like, taking it easy because we were like, oh, shit, we don't have to be on edge or, like, protecting stuff like
Well,
that.
yes, in a realistic situation, of course, crime couldn't end for good. But this question is implying that legitimately crime would end for good if you sacrifice yourself. That is what specifically is being said here.
Well, no, because I want to kill people. I want to kill bad people. Make them
Okay.
suffer with Batman's powers. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Get my fucking machine guns out and be like, "Blah-ka-ka-ka," and they're like, yeah, and I got all this stuff. Because I do think, again, to me, I guess it's just the whole thing of, the whole world will be pure and good. But, like, then you got to think, like, okay, ends crime around the world. But then, like, what does that mean? Does that mean like, oh, like, you know, assholes
It's not something that we
disappear?
can understand because it's not realistic.
Exactly.
But
That's what I'm saying.
In this question, it is saying that it would somehow happen.
What is considered a crime though? Like, is bullying someone online a crime?
This is a good question.
Yeah, exactly. See?
But like in this question, I think it's more so posing the idea of, like, I think what it's truly asking is, at the sacrifice of yourself, you can end like all the suffering of others, or would you rather yourself have a bunch of really good shit but others are still suffering but you're better off?
Oh, so this is a selfless question.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Can you get rich again?
Probably not.
Okay,
It's
well,
probably
that's the
a
fucking
permanent
Well,
thing.
fuck that then. You're only on this planet for 100 years.
Yeah, so you're going for self-preservation.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, look, it's nice to be selfless and good and, like, be poor, but yeah, just to be, like, like a homeless person and just be like, oh, yeah, I can't get my money back. Like, if you were saying, like, oh, there's a way to get money back for myself, be like, sorry. Shit sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, because, like, One thing, one other question that I've heard before about, like, if you could have immortality and, like, all this infinite power and stuff, would you want to? And my answer was always, like, but all you'd have to do is, like, sacrifice a few human lives and stuff. I'd be like, fuck no. Not necessarily because of the human life stuff, but because I don't want the responsibility of having to, like, live forever and, like, go through the mental turmoil of not, like, having close loved ones anymore, having all of that power, meaning that I'm going to have to do all this shit.
Right.
Like, I don't want infinite power and infinite time. Fuck that. I want to die like a goddamn normal human. I don't want that shit. And apparently in Berserk, there's, like, some thing where, like, if, like, you do this big human sacrifice thing, you can get, like, this infinite power or something. And there's, like, a question of, like, would you do it? And I'm like, 0%. Fuck no. I do not want that power at all. And so, like, to put, like, an individual in a position of, like, of trying to say you can solve all the world's problems by sacrificing yourself, that's essentially what that is implying. And, like, I just don't think I could deal with the weight of that. And so, like, if solving crime around the world, if all it would require is for me to just be, like, poor and unnoticed, I could probably do that. But if it required me, but, like, with Batman's skills, lifestyle, money, and stuff, I feel like that's giving me so much power that I have to, like, I have a huge responsibility that I have to do by having that privilege. Because, like, one thing that I do believe is, like, if you're in a privileged position, you should utilize what you have. Don't sit around festering, like, oh, do I deserve this stuff? Oh, should I be here? Say, what can I do?
Yeah.
What can I do to help others with the privilege that I have?
Right.
And, like, and everybody in a privileged position can do something, whether that's speaking out, whether that's using their money to make it easier for others to be heard or to help them in their situations. That's, like, stuff that you can do. But there's certain levels of power that shouldn't just be on one person. Like, there's certain levels of responsibilities that if you just give it to one person, it can be too much. And I don't know if I'd want to be Batman. I don't know if I could handle that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'd take all the powers and then help people around the world. And with my
genocide. Because, like, that's kind of where a lot of... There can be different interpretations for the question, I guess. Because, yeah, if I could end crime or whatever, and I just have to be poor and unnoticed... Okay, that's not a lot of responsibility. I don't have to do a lot for that to happen. So I'd probably choose that one. But if it was like, you have to go out and fight crime and do all this stuff every day, and, like, you have all this, like, lifestyle, like, appearances you have to keep up and all this stuff, it's like, ugh, I can't do it.
What qualifies as poor?
I
like
don't know.
Homeless?
Maybe.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't want to be homeless, like, on the streets, like, looking around shit. And if you're saying, like, I can't, like, become wealthy again, then, like, yeah, fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. Like, that's something I can't do.
Like, it is like I mean, I wouldn't want that either.
Because we're not all perfect. I think that's the thing, like, that people need to realize, like, everyone is, like, there's some people in this world who are just, like, pure heart, but, like, majority of people aren't, like, perfect in any sense of the way. And, like, I was actually talking to a couple friends about this the other day because we watched this Double Toasted review talking about Keanu Reeves, right? And I was like, they were talking about how Keanu Reeves is an angel, like, he's perfection incarnate and stuff like that. And Keanu Reeves is a nice guy, but it's just like when you meet someone, most people you meet just as a person, they're, like, cordial, nice people. Like, the ones that stand out are the assholes. Like, oh yeah, that person's asshole. Yeah. Like, so he just goes around doing, like, genuine average people nice stuff, and this isn't putting him down at all. Like, he's, like, the way I describe Keanu Reeves is like it's like hating on a well-behaved puppy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's just minding his business, living his life how he wants to live it. And then, there's certain things, he does good things, but he doesn't, like, go out his way. Like, people will pedalize him, and that's becoming a problem, I do believe, because, like, by pedalizing him so high, if he does, like, one thing, like, wrong, like, let's say, like, he just gets irritated at someone for, like, shortchanging it, like, dude, what the fuck, I need this done. It's like, wow, Keanu isn't all angelic as they said, was he now? And it's just like, what the fuck, just let him live, like a normal person. He's like just a guy who
Yeah.
likes his hobbies. He likes buying, and then like they try to elevate him to this role of like, oh, he is so
Yeah.
much better than the average person when he's just acting like a decent human being, just living his
Yeah.
life, minding his business, and you were taking these certain things out of context, just like, it's just,
Yeah,
that's,
and like it's okay to praise people for doing good, but making sure to understand that you're not putting people on a golden pedestal so that they can just be normal people.
they just live
'Cause,
their
like,
lives. It's
'cause
just
the
like,
higher we put them up, the
higher they're gonna fall if something happens.
Yeah,
It's-
even if it's something just like trivial,
Small.
like yeah.
Yeah. Like, we all get mad. Like, all of us get upset at some people. Like, just like, really, what the fuck? Like, sometimes I do that. I'm not perfect at all. Like, some people say, like, oh, Jax is, like, the kindest person. I'm like, I'm a nice guy when people are nice to me. But if you are an
Yeah.
asshole to me or my friends, I will not hold back on, like, okay,
Yeah.
like, there's sometimes on Twitter, I've done this, and I notice I've done this, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't, and I'm just like, whatever. But, like, there are times when someone tries to, like, embarrass someone else, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, let me show you how this is done. Like, well, I will quote tweet them and be like, well, this is what you're saying, but what you're showing is completely false and valid here, so, like, blah, 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 and I would just, like, break apart all the parts they did publicly,
Yeah.
just to, like, be like, yeah, don't fuck around with this shit, because it irritates
Yeah.
me when people do that. So, like, that's my personal opinion on it, but it's just like, oh, someone could see that and be like, wow, I can't believe you had to go let someone bother me. And it's just like, no, it's just this
Yeah.
person was being a dick, and I was just like, well, no, they were being an asshole, and so I was just like, well, let me be a dick, because dicks fuck assholes, and fuck you. There you go. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I think, and like, I don't know if this should be the necessary way the question should be translated, but I'm just gonna try to put it into a perspective for me. I think I'd probably rather go with like Batman's lifestyle and money and all that stuff, but instead of doing things verbatim the way Batman does it with all like the physical stuff and all that, I think I would just go the route that I could of like using the money to help in as many ways as I can, and just trying to live like a good life.
Yeah, you
like,
pretty much have like an endless like fountain of money. Like he's
Yeah.
a billionaire, and like he gets
So that
money
way
every
I
single
can-
day.
Yeah, and I'd probably just try to live like a middle class life, but then like I'd use my money to like potentially try to like help with healthcare and like all this stuff. Like I would try to just get things to an equilibrium, like in that sense, and like I don't think I could take on the responsibility of trying to end all of the crime in the world.
Like, could you imagine being as rich as like Jeff Bezos, who has like $154 billion?
Dude,
That's just like, you
it's
could
just
do
so-
anything you want with
it's
your.
so crazy thinking about that amount of money existing for one person.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, with that amount of money, like, okay, people say like money can't buy happiness, and that's a topic for another day, but it's just like, it makes things a hell of a lot easier.
It makes problems go away.
Yeah, it does. It makes things so. Even Keanu said this. He's like, I don't buy into that money doesn't buy happiness thing. It's just like it helps. Like, it makes living a easy life however you want it. Like, you don't have to worry about certain things. You could go do whatever you want. You can do this, do that, do this, and like that's like a very important thing. Because like, again, I agree with that. Like, it's cool to know like, oh, I have this amount of money, so I'm not going to stress about, my rent or like paying taxes or bills or anything like that. I just like, I can literally go wherever I want, wherever I want. Oh, I want to buy dinner for my friends. Oh, cool. I'll buy it, and then like I'll make some money back from it. It's just like, it's cool. Like, it's just a cool little thing to do. Like that's one of the things, like, I mean, I'm not going to try to say like baller or shit like that, but I do make a decent amount of coin from like online coaching and stuff like that. So like, I always like to surprise my friends with just like, buying them dinner every now and then, just be like, oh yeah, I like to see the smile on their faces, like, oh yeah, I didn't have to do that. And it's just, I like doing it because it's just a nice thing of me giving back to people I care for. And it's just like, oh yeah, like I love doing it. So like, for me, I'm like a drag. I'm like a dragon with my money, because I rarely spend. Like, I like real talk. Like I like when my finances, I make my money, and then it's like at a dragon pile, and it's just like, okay, because I don't buy much stuff for myself. I think the only thing I buy for myself is like occasionally
Travel?
food. Yeah, food and travel. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it. And then if I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, cool, that's something I'd want, I'd buy it. But I'm not like, oh, I got to get like 50 new cars. I got to get like all these
Yeah.
hoes and bitches like loving. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't care.
Yeah,
It's just
because like when it comes to the money doesn't buy happiness thing, like money, yes, it can make your life easier. And stuff. Yes, it makes your life easier. It makes problems go away. But like the only true part of that statement is like people are where I think happiness comes from. And so if you have to grow up like fending kind of for yourself and like being able to form friendships not based on the money politics or like all this stuff, but like are able to form real connections, and then you come into money, you're able to spend it in ways that like that aren't just for self-preservation, like when it's more about giving than taking.
Yeah.
That's when I think you can find true happiness. But I think to be able to find that perspective, you do have to struggle in a sense. And like, so that's why I think being born into money can be dangerous.
Oh yeah, being born into money will turn many people into Joffreys if they don't have good parenting. Like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, they were like very much like, no, I know you act this way, but you have to learn how to do this. Like, I feel like, honestly, hopefully in the future, because I really do want to, get those millions and stuff like that, be like that, like, and like have a family or something like that. I would have my kid still work like at least fast food for like a year or two, just so they understand what, because like for me, I worked in the service industry, like fast food, like 6 years, and I completely empathize and understand certain things, and it's just like, okay, wow, like I'm not gonna be a dick, because like, the worst type of people to be around are like angry, hungry people, because it's just like, okay, wow, you're just really just pissing me off. So it's just like you learn various things. So but like now when I go to a restaurant, I'm just like, hey man, it's cool, like don't stress about this as long as the person's being cool to me. So yeah, it's just,
yeah. And I've never worked in like a fast food setting, but you don't have to necessarily have direct experience doing something to empathize and understand that people live different lives than you,
right?
And people can live a hard life just because, and like being able to showcase that empathy even if you haven't directly experienced something is something that's also important too,
right?
Just like because whenever I go to a restaurant or when I'm talking to any type of service worker, I generally try to talk in like a tone that's just like, hey, excuse me, pardon me, sorry, like a lot of like that kind of stuff of like, I don't want to bother you, but could I get this, and like I'm not mad, or
Very
like I mean
birdie.
not any of that, like because when I see people that like raise their voice or like or get attitude with people, it's like why you could just as easily have communicated this without taking it there.
Exactly.
And like, I've also seen those servers that have gotten like
asshole.
really,
Yeah, they can give it back.
Really mean.
No,
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but I've also experienced situations where I've been like super kind and I've had like a fast food
Server.
person be mean
Yeah,
to me.
exactly. Dude, I've been on both sides of each of those coins.
Yeah.
Because it's just like sometimes you're just having a bad day. Sometimes they're having a bad day. So it's just like I try to be equal. But something I just want to say this as a warning to certain people out there. I'm not condoning this. I'm not saying this has been done. I'm just saying like this right now. Don't get an attitude with people who make your food. All right, because.
I mean,
they do. I mean, even though it's illegal, it still happens all the time. It's just like people, do your food.
Oh,
so I'm just saying, like, make sure that's something you always should keep in the back of your head. Like, it's very easy. I'm not condoning this. I personally didn't do it myself. There are times where, like, you think, like, oh, I can't get away with this and stuff like that. And then, just some can go in there.
Or
It's, like,
don't
pretty
be an
easy to
asshole
hide.
in general, but
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, yeah, don't be like that. Yeah.
Yup.
But
We took that question in like 50 circles.
But speaking of food, I guess, because it is with
Question
your mouth.
mark for your mouth.
Here we go. This is a question that comes from Daryl, and he asks, hey, when you start dating someone, when can you stop asking to kiss them and just go for it? I've been with this girl for the last 3 months now, and she keeps telling me, oh, it's fine, I don't have to ask every time, but I just do it out of, like, politeness, and I just feel right. I feel like right, but it's like, I want, is it okay just to go for it and, like, kiss them and all that? Okay, yeah, because it's pretty much a paragraph just saying that. So basically...
I think, yeah.
It's
Oh,
a consent...
what's up?
No. It's pretty much just like, like, how can you kiss girlfriend? Because to me, now I'm just gonna be real. I've had many hookups in my life, but I've never had like a singular girlfriend where I'm like, whatever. Now I've had some friends with benefits where it's just like, like we've hooked up. So like after we've hooked up, it's just sort of like we touch each other in a more than casual, friendly way, just because it's just like, we've broken those boundaries with each other and stuff like that. Now for me, if I to understand this, I feel like, again, after you've been together a certain amount of time, you like, I don't know, like just a certain amount of time, and like if your couple's like good with it and you've like made love and you've had all those things, like you should be able to like walk home to your girl and be like, hey babe, and they just go, hey, how you doing? You know, something like that. Or like just like, hey babe, can I kiss you? All right, how was your day? Something like that. It can sort of kill the mood.
They're definitely, I think this question comes from a really good place about like establishing consent. And there are different ways, like verbal consent is not the only way to do consent. There can be nonverbal ways. And but it's just about empathy and making sure you're on the same page with this person. And like whether that's you're in a committed relationship or whether you've been like being physical for a while, cuz like when you're starting out in a situation, like it's good to communicate, and it's good to be like, hey, is this like something that we do? And then over time you can just kind of tell when you're comfortable with someone, when you've been doing like certain things for a certain period of time, there's certain things that you can just feel out, this is something that's acceptable that we do. But like there can also be situations where if you've discussed this privately or whatever, that like it might be okay for you guys to do when you're in private. But like, for example, when I'm like in a situation where I feel like I'm working or like I'm networking or I'm doing something like that, I might not like it if like my boyfriend just initiates like, hey, mwah, 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 mwah. Like I don't like to get super physical when I'm like, in working be in a professional setting. Yeah. And so like, it's not that I don't want him to ever kiss me. It's like, but when I'm in a certain like state of mind, when I'm trying to focus on like something like that, I just like when he's at his work and I'm there, like I can't just sit in his lap. Like it's like a professional setting. But like usually any other time, it's just like I'll just sit in his lap and it's like fine.
I have a question.
What?
So so because I know some couples are like this. So like, are there ever any times, and you feel free to just be like, okay, I'll do that later. But like, it's like where you're like out in like public or something like that, and then like you're with a group of people, and then like like you just feel a bit like, oh, let's just like touching the leg in a certain way or something like that, like for each other. Is that like a thing where you're like, oh yeah, that's like high, or you're like, oh, babe, not now, or is it just
it depends on like your comfort with your partner too.
I mean, like for
in
you,
terms
like you
of how you've communicated. Yeah. So for me, again, if I'm in like a setting where I feel like I'm trying to be professional, I don't like to be touched or kissed or like in that way. Like I like.
But what if it's just a fun, like casual, fun party setting?
Yeah, then that's fine.
Oh, okay. Like, so you're like,
and
all
like
for
if it's around people that I am comfortable with, that I know, like stuff like that, then yes, there's certain levels of context that can create a situation where it's like, yeah, that's fine, you can smack my butt, like like of course we're comfortable with each other in that sense. But again, if I'm in like a professional setting, something like that, then I don't like to be handled like that.
Oh
like,
yeah, no.
Just like
what
I
you're
would
saying
respect
makes
if he didn't want to be handled like that.
No, exactly. What you're saying makes complete sense and stuff like that. I'm just saying like if you're in a place where it's just like, oh, it's casual parties time or something like that, and then you just like, I just want to feel frisky with my girl, like just like see like if they notice, and like hopefully no one notices I'm just like messing around. Like, is that like oh, what do you okay, or is that like just like,
I mean,
if it's not a business,
there are
like,
certain lines that I don't want to cross in public regardless of the context. I mean,
okay.
Like there's certain stuff. Not regardless of context, because context is always important for any situation.
Mm-hmm.
But there are certain boundaries that in most contexts I don't want to cross. Like, don't whip your dick out, or like don't like.
Oh yeah, so like
hand
if you're
under
like
my shirt, like stuff like that, like.
Okay, so like if you're in public, and then like it's just a sign like, hey Katy, and it just like had his thing out, like would you be like, Zach, what are you? So like that would be like,
oh, you're about to get arrested, like like that's that's like a no.
You're about to get arrested.
Yeah, there's certain things where it's like I'm gonna tell a very personal story. about me with an ex. Like there was one time, it's not the boy I'm currently dating, but me and an ex were in a car, and we were on a very it was a very sunny day in his car, and we're just driving, and like we're in very bad traffic. Like there's cars all around us, so there's people that can see us. Yes, we're inside of the car, but he's like reaching over wanting to like do stuff, and I'm like, no, there are people that can see me. I am not comfortable with this. And he like I think he backed off, but I was like very uncomfortable with that situation, because yes, we were technically in like a private setting because we're in his car, no one's there, but there's windows, there's like physically people
tinted windows are
around. yeah, that would be fine. But like, yeah, in that situation, that was something I was not comfortable with. So like, there's a lot of situations where consent is something like that you talk about in that sense. But when you get to a certain level with a person and you have consistently been able to do this specific thing with them, then there's a certain point where it's like you don't have to verbally state it, but there are some behaviors like that you just have to make sure the context is proper and that it like relates better in terms of like this is something that is normal for you guys, because there's some stuff that might not be like a normal thing that you want to do. Yeah, I'm kind of like rambling at this point, but yeah, there can be a certain point where it's like you don't have to verbally say I want to kiss you. May I do this?
May I kiss
but like,
you?
but again, you
Sounds
have
like a
to
robot.
examine the context of your relationship. And is this something you've consistently done? Is this specific act something that has been consistently okay for you to do with this person?
May I kiss you? Hi, darling. All right, off to work. Bye. Hey, honey. May I fornicate tonight? No?
May
All
we
right.
fornicate
Thank
tonight?
You. All right. Good night, honey. Good morning, honey. May I kiss you?
And paying
Bye.
attention to like paying attention to their comfortability too, because it's all about empathy. Because like there can be situations too where like you're in the bedroom and maybe you're like you've had like intercourse and stuff a bunch before, but like you don't just straight up like go
Drogo,
for it
like
necessarily.
fucking Khal Drogo, that shit.
Yeah,
where you just
You don't like you don't do that every time you're in a bedroom. Like you usually start out like, you know, maybe kissing or doing whatever, and maybe like move your hands to certain places, and then like if they are okay with that, then you know you can then you build, and then like, and sometimes you can do that without asking, and if they move your hand away, then it's like, okay, that's not something that is okay in this moment,
Right.
And so like, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. But that situation, again, with the context, is you guys have been comfortable in this position before. And so, like, you're just doing something that has been natural for you before. Like, context, communication, etc., and different types of consent. Yes.
Right.
I feel like we answered that.
Yeah, okay, cool. Speaking of consent.
Yay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Next question. What did you think was cool when you were younger, but isn't cool now?
Racism.
Oh, racism! No.
What was it?
I was a woke teenager. No.
Oh, I hate people like
I
that.
never thought racism was cool.
I hate motherfuckers like that.
I hate
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, like, okay, like I'll go to my real answer in a second, but there are stuff like where I look at myself, I'm like, oh my god, because like I remember as a kid, like just by like being, I wouldn't say I am by no means a PC person. Like I'm politically right in the sense of like I'll stand up for my friends and do this, but like I watched Drawn Together in South Park and I laugh. Boondocks too. Like there are just so many fucked up jokes that I will laugh my ass off at. I'm sorry, I will laugh. But then like it's like as a kid, you know, you just say stuff like, oh dude, like that's so fucking gay. You're not gay, are you? So like it's just like, okay, like that was like a thing back then, and like now it's just like a joke. But like it's silly because like I know a lot of gay people. It was funny is ironically they're the ones who just like, man, you haven't seen the movie yet? Man, that's just gay, yeah. And I'm just like, what are you saying? It's just like,
well,
it
so might be like a way to like kind of claim the derogatory term.
I know it's funny, but like that was the stuff like that was funny back in the day, but then now it's just like, okay, I mean, if you're okay with it, we will. Like a certain group of friends.
Even though I grew up in Alabama, I had been going to cons and like anime stuff for so long. I was pretty woke in the sense of like LGBTQ stuff because I had friends that I know I'm saying woke like
Oh my
I know
God.
it's ironic,
Every time you
but,
say
like,
it, I'm just like, Katie, don't make
No,
me
I know.
say it.
But in that sense, I am very fortunate that I had people that told me what that was at a young age so that I could understand. Because I think one thing that, like, bigotry comes from is ignorance and not knowing it exists, or the only thing you ever hear about it is, oh, that's wrong, or oh, that's this or that, without actually knowing what it is. And so I had friends that, like, were bi or were gay, and they would be like, hey, this is what this is. And I'd go to cons and I'd meet people, like, in those communities and, like, talk from, like, a really young age. So, like, I was fortunate that I was able to get, like, an understanding of that stuff, like, from kind of, like, from, like, middle school.
Right.
And so when people would say stuff like gay and stuff like that, it would kind of make me uncomfortable, but I didn't quite understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't understand a lot about it, but I never thought that part was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I do know that I thought was cool, in the sense of I thought those people were cooler than me or better than me or whatever, but now I realize that they aren't, are the people that, like, would make jokes that are purposefully hurtful in, like, and then, like, they say that you're exaggerating if you don't like it. Like people that would go out of their way to say something that would get a reaction out of somebody that's negative.
Those dorky people.
Like, people like that in middle school and high school, and, like, I didn't necessarily like that behavior because it was hurtful, but I knew that those people were higher up on the chain than me, and so I thought that was what cool was. And so, and I never, like, did that thing because because, you know, I was more of a crier. I had a friend that was more of like, I'll fucking punch somebody if they fuck with you, and I was the one that would get fucked with. But I remember thinking that was cool because the confidence they had with it, but then you learn, like, that's not cool. They're fucking dumb. I don't want to be around those people. Fuck you. Like,
Right. For me,
Yeah.
like, that type of comedy only works if you hit, like, everyone. Because, like, there are some people where they, like, they'll do shit, but it's only, like, directed at certain people. And, like, okay,
Yeah.
but, like, that's just, like, you're just bullying this one person now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But, like, if, like, there's some person who's, like, a comic, and then, like, they go after, like, everyone, like, no one is safe. Like, I don't care if you're this, or this. I hate everyone. Fuck all you. And it's just, like, that to me, like, if you hit everyone, that is that type of comedy. As long as you're like, okay, I know what the fuck I'm getting. Like, South Park does this all the time. Like I literally, you just mentioned South Park, Boondocks, Drawn Together.
Yeah.
They do this thing where they don't pick on one type of person or people in general. They, like, hit everyone with their thing. Like, there's blowback everywhere. So, like, that will, like, make me laugh in the sense. But, like, yeah, if there's someone's being picked on, like, I don't find that cool at all. Something I did think was cool when I was a kid, but I didn't like now. I guess. See, nostalgia is a powerful drug. It's a very potent but powerful drug that, like, you could go, like, oh, because I remember as a kid, there was a time I loved Power Rangers, but then there was a time I hated Power Rangers, and then there was a time that I was like, oh yeah, it's cool again, and I don't know why I started to hate it or something like that. So I'm trying to think of something that
I know there's another thing, it's more of a social thing, but that I thought was cool. My friend would have, like, a catchphrase every other month, and I thought that was cool.
That is cool.
Like,
that is cool. Oh my god, I want to have a catchphrase every.
It would be dumb
This is
words
too
that,
much, man.
Like she would be like, "Oh, narg," or "Oh, Philistine." Like, she would make up words.
That's cool. I like this person. Who is this person? I want to meet them now. That
this
is
person
a cool.
isn't in my life anymore.
Oh, okay,
They
well,
did a lot of other stuff that's not cool.
Well,
But
I like
was
that
one thing that they
catchphrase.
did.
I'm gonna start doing that now. That's
Oh,
heavy,
God.
man.
Well, no, like, having something that, like, you just say casually is, like, fine. But they would purposefully, like, make up words and then kind of just, like, they would do it. And then I would copy because, like, I was, like, fucking in middle school. So, of course, I'm going to be a dumbass kid and copy them.
Great googly moogly.
And then they would change the word. And then I'd change the word.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So like that, like I thought it was cooler than it was, and it's not necessarily harmful. It's a silly thing, but I'm like, what the fuck, Katie? Like it's just
Wow.
kids being kids, and that's adorable. But
Well, dude, I gotta say that is heavy, man. That
That's
is
heavy, man.
heavy, dude. Oh, that is. I'm trying to think of something that I said before. Oh God, what was it? Oh my God, I'm trying to think of like something I thought was cool. And it was Oh my God, what the fuck was it now? God, I'm trying to remember.
I have something that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It might be like this might be calling somebody out, but I'm
Are
sorry.
you calling me out? All right.
Everybody. Or not everybody, but there were a lot of people around me that really wanted to be like a DJ.
Oh yeah, I know tons of
And
people
like
that.
they were like, DJs are so fucking cool. So I was like, yeah, DJs are cool.
Mhm.
And then it's like, what? You know, DJs, live your life. That's fine. Like, that's wonderful. Please go be your best self. But like, the way that a fucking group of middle schoolers was like, dude, I want to be a DJ. It was not as cool as they were making it seem.
Mhm.
And now I'm just like, that's great. Like, it's sort of like if you've watched The Good Place, there's a
Yeah.
character in it that, oh, have you watched it?
I heard about it.
Yeah, I've only seen 2 seasons because the third season, it's a clusterfuck trying to find it. But there's a character that when they were alive, their dream was like to be a DJ, and like this character perfectly encapsulates what middle school kids that wanted to be DJs were like.
Oh man.
And it was so funny because they tried so hard. They were like, yeah, I'm going to brand myself. I'm going to be DJ this. And like, I'm just like, that's so stupid. I mean, like, of course, live your life, but like just imagine a bunch of middle school white
schoolers
kids
saying
at a church.
I'm gonna be a fucking
Middle schooler,
dubstepper.
white middle school kids that listen to dubstep and go to church on Friday to play their sets. Like, it's adorable and silly, but they thought they were so fucking cool. And
Man.
it's like, oh my
Great
God.
googly moogly, yo.
And I thought they were cool too. And then I was like, wait a minute.
Whoa, dude. Dude,
Have you
that
come
is
up with
crazy.
one yet?
Yeah. It was stuff I used to think was cool, but I don't think it's cool anymore. I guess those people who I guess it depends on the person. Like, there for some reason, you know how like the cool kids were like, oh, I don't do anything, I'm just cool, I'm chill, whatever, like I don't emote like that other people.
Yeah.
I'm just cool. Like, to me, I used to think that was cool, but now I'm just like, you're a fucking lazy, whiny piece of crap. How is
Yeah.
that cool? How is that cool? Like, the athletes are cooler than you. Like, they're hyper,
Yeah.
but they're cooler than you. Like, to me, like, all right, there's this great quote that my old teacher used to say that has been stuck with me for years now, and it was anybody can be cool, but awesome takes practice. And I was just like, that is a fucking great line. That is a
That's
great
so
line.
cute.
Yeah, that's a
wholesome.
great line. Anyone can be cool. Awesome takes practice. So if you're awesome, Katie, because you can sing and do all that voice work.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, you're awesome because I can't name just one thing because you have like 80 things that make you awesome.
Oh, that's heavy, man.
That's heavy. God damn it.
I'm gonna come
like
up with a
when I-
catchphrase every time we do it.
When I look at like fucking middle school, like as a middle school weeb, you know, there's a lot of things that I thought were cool, and now that I've grown up, I'm like, you know, those things were not necessarily cool.
Like wearing a Naruto
But-
headband to school.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna say, yeah, like they weren't necessarily cool, but they made me me, and I liked that I did those things, even if they
Right.
weren't cool. I had fun doing them, and I enjoyed what they made me. And so even if it wasn't cool, but I thought it was cool, it's not necessarily bad. It might be a little lame, but like, oh my God, my yearbook quote was a hand,
Gonna
like
be Hokage.
I wrote it myself. I tried to make a poem about how life is like an anime and you have to get through the fillers. I'll have to show it to you.
Yeah, you gotta show it to me.
It's in my senior yearbook. I'll have to take a picture of it because I'm actually probably gonna go store my yearbooks soon because like
Aw.
I'm cleaning out, and so I'll have to find it. But it's really cringe bad. But like at the time, I thought it was cool.
Oh yeah,
And-
same. Like, oh god, like there's so much. Like if you watch my early YouTube videos, there's so much stuff I was like, that was a cool
Yeah.
thing, and now I'm just like, Jordan,
Yep.
honey, what the fuck were you doing, bro?
Yep.
Why, bro? It's,
But it's like wholesome because it made you who you are. And
Yeah,
it
exactly.
doesn't necessarily have to be like the coolest. You don't have to be cool as a kid to be awesome as an adult.
yeah, exactly. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good
And
catch.
the things that make you not cool, but you passionately give yourself to, that makes you fucking
That's all
cool.
that
So you know what?
matters.
So to those people in middle school that wanted to be DJs, I hope you're a DJ, man. I hope you are. Although I will say that one of those people was kind of an asshole about the whole DJ thing. So
Typically they are.
so if you're not an asshole anymore, but you're just out there pursuing your dreams, that's awesome. I support you. But if you're being an asshole about it, then that's not cool, man. It's not cool.
That's heavy, man.
That's heavy, man. So,
Well,
yeah.
speaking of heavy,
That's
Katy.
heavy. Ba-da-da.
what is, if you were going to have a fight, what would be your fight theme?
All right. Penny Lover by Lionel Richie.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, it's just gonna be silly. Like it's gonna be like Penny Lover.
So you'd be fighting like Pinkie Pie.
Yeah. It's just gonna be
Nice.
like slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm just gonna be like.
Not girls wanna have fun.
Oh,
Fortunate
that's
ones.
the other one.
Oh, girls, they
just
wanna
wanna
have
have
fun.
fun.
And then you just get a pillow.
Oh,
And you start
gosh.
beating the shit out of it with a pillow.
Yes, that's yes. It's
We
gonna
make-
be something like really catchy and cute.
Nice. Okay, for me, I'd probably do TJ Combo's theme from Killer Instinct, or Girls Wanna Have
Nice.
Fun, because it's just funny.
Yeah, that's just a
Fortunate-
great song for beating people up. I guess.
Yeah, it's just like, because you don't accept it, you're just like, you're gonna kick my ass to this girly song? You damn
Oh
right
my
I
God.
am.
Speaking of this question, Jordan, you have to watch Letterkenny.
Okay, you have to watch Tuca and Birdie if we're gonna do that.
Okay,
then.
agreed. Letterkenny is so fucking good. It's like about a bunch of Canadian hicks, but there's like so many cool badass fights, and they have sick soundtrack to the fights.
Okay.
Like, oh my god,
Link
but
me
it's
one
also
and I'll watch
hilarious. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
It's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really fun to watch with people. Me and
Mhm.
Zach watched all of the seasons that are out there. Each season is only like 7 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just so good. Like, and oh my god, there's this one song called like "The Teaches of Peaches," and it plays during one of the fights, and it's such a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, like
Okay.
Peaches is an amazing artist. Yes, please watch it.
Okay, I'll check it out. Then you should watch Tuca and Birdie, because you remind me of Birdie from what you've been saying.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's been on my list because like I loved BoJack, so naturally,
Yeah,
like, I've heard this is really good.
It's like BoJack times 1,000 in the beginning with like its insane
like-
random humor, but then it
and
gets
does-
dark.
yeah, and
Deep.
isn't it written by girls? Like,
I believe
or
so.
Isn't it?
I believe
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
because that
like-
explains why certain things that happen later on, you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. That's really exciting too. Oh
Mhm.
man. Yeah, it's been on my list to watch. But like, man, if you want some good ass fight themes, Letterkenny, every time there's a fight, they play a bop in the background. And there's a lot of fights in Letterkenny. Like the fights are very sensationalized, like kind of bar fight stuff, but like
Mhm.
it's really cool and it's like oh my god, it's so awesome. You would love it. You would love the main guy. He's like, I was out with my pals the other day. Like, you would love him because he just like he's a good old boy and he settles his shit with his fists.
Good.
And he's great.
Yeah, all right, I'll check it out then.
Yep. Just please watch it and tell me what you think of the first season.
Okay.
It's one of those shows where after one episode, you're gonna know if you love it.
Mm-hmm. I did love Tucker and Dale versus Evil, so hopefully.
Yes, God, that movie's so good. Fuck.
That movie is so fucking funny. Oh, they're all dead.
So
They're all
great.
stupid. Fucking teenagers killed themselves.
know.
Murder is funny. Okay.
Murder.
Uh,
Speaking of murder.
yeah, speaking of murder.
Yes.
Our
Let's
last
go to our
question.
final question. All right, and this is a deep one. If you could know the full, honest answer to one question, what would it be?
All right, answer it, Katy.
You answer it first. I'm scared.
If my
I'm scared
parents
of the
actually
truth.
love me. Damn.
God, I don't know.
Is that legitimately what it would be?
No, because I wouldn't want to know anything like that. That would fuck
You wouldn't
me
want to
up.
know.
That would fuck
Too
up
much
my life.
responsibility.
Yeah, that would. Oh God, no. I know they do, but it's like
Yeah.
honest question. See, there's a bunch of dark shit you could ask. Like,
Oh yeah,
could
there's
I
some
have been
dark
like,
shit. Yeah.
could I have been a better athlete if I had stayed consistent with it? And it's like, oh yeah, you could have been like an NFL top world champion 5 years. So I was just like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
I just like squandered. Like, I don't like thinking of stuff where I like think of I squandered my potential to do something that I could have done, and it's just like that like eats me out because it's like that whole multiverse theory thing of like oh, this one of you is like a doctor. This one of you actually cured cancer. This one of you is like the strongest person on the planet. And it's just like, oh, fuck. What? And then you just start comparing. And comparing is the thief of all joy. So it's just like, what could I ask honestly that I would want to know?
Yeah.
Something honestly.
Yeah, there's definitely some that I like. There's some dark shit that like of what does this person think of me or this or that.
Oh yeah,
like
an
knowing
ex
that
you could
answer
ask
would,
like
yes, yeah.
did
it's
you
like,
ever
what did
truly
you really
love
think
me?
of me or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like there's definitely that in my head, but it's also like, do I really want to go down that rabbit hole and learn and it be an answer that I don't like or that I knew all along and that it's like fuck, like would that really be like what you need to hear? So it's like trying to figure something out that would be helpful, but is there honestly something that would be helpful? Like,
I get there would be
unless you go
something that is
universal.
helpful, like if you knew it, but I just can't think of it right on the spot right now. 'Cause
like
it's
if
just
there's like maybe it could be like the cure to cancer, but are we not selfish enough to do something that's only for our gain?
well, yeah, because it's just like, is there a cure for cancer? Oh yeah, the cure for cancer is out there, but the medical bills pay so much and they get billions. So why have we not made it free yet? So it's just like something like that. But then it's just like then you become the conspiracy theorist, and you're just like, well, why?
No, but maybe you could phrase the question: what is the
cure for cancer?
Yeah,
Oh,
and it
and
would
then
have
they
to give you the full, honest answer.
The full honest answer. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. That'd help a lot of people out.
Yeah, like, cause that's kind of one place that my mind goes, but I'm also just like, you. Could
How
go the
do I
route
learn how to
of
fly?
How to, yeah, something like that. But that might not be possible. So it would say you can't,
Well, I mean,
and then you wasted your question.
Everything that we thought was impossible is now possible. Like everything is impossible until someone does it. Because like, did you
That's
really think like
true.
30 years ago we'd be talking through a little computer box to voice?
But you're talking about biology. You're not talking about.
I'm talking about
contraptions
science and
that
all
we
that
can
stuff, too.
build.
I'm talking
like,
about. No, I was talking about science.
Well, no, because
I said
we
fly,
can
like
already
you know,
fly.
science.
We can already fly with science, but we can't change our biology or anatomy and stuff. If that would require like
Years of evolution.
surgery and evolution and stuff, and like that's not something.
But I was talking about science, like
Well, we already can
like,
fly.
But you know, I'd word it in a way of like, is it like you know, like have a flying car or something like that, like where it's easy, where you don't have to worry about like motorcycles.
Well, we already
on the
have
road.
planes. So are you
A
so
flying
you need to
car,
ask,
you know what
can
I
we
mean,
make
like-
a flying car. Okay.
Yeah, but not a plane, like an actual like from Back to the Future. Remember Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
You could ask how to make that.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
could ask if God is real.
Do you really want to know that though? It's just
Yeah,
like,
fuck it.
I don't want to know that. I know. For what's funny enough though, like I hear from a lot of people who have actually died that like now they're not scared to death because it's just like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. So it's just like that's very fascinating to me, but I don't want to know the answer to it. So
You
it's just
could
like,
you could be like, how was the world? How did humans actually get here? Or like, I don't know. Like,
are there
help science
aliens out there? Well, of course there are
Ooh,
aliens
yeah.
out there because that'd
Yeah,
be
I
kind of like,
think
why
that-
would we be
yeah,
the anomaly?
There's too much infinity for there not to be other
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
Yeah. I feel like the cancer one might be the one that's like best for humanity.
Yeah, I guess I would. Like, do you have? Could you please give me every the cure to every known disease to man?
Ooh, yeah. So like, if you could know the full, honest answer to one question. So the question could be, what is the cure to
Every known disease to man. Is
But
balding
is
a
cancer
disease?
disease? is cancer a disease
Is
or
balding
is
a
it like
disease?
This is a good point. So like phrasing is very important. You might need to be specific.
Every known. Because I hear aging is actually a disease now too. Did you? I've been researching this because I heard it on a podcast and I was like, wait, what? And
I
then,
heard it on a podcast.
I heard it on a podcast and then like I started researching it myself and they were like saying like, oh yeah, aging, like your body slowing to deteriorate and stuff like that is like something that's like, oh, it's a disease, like aging is a disease. And I was like, that's interesting. But then like you get into the whole thing of like, well, if everyone just lived to be like 200, then that's like overpopulation as fuck. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, kind of.
And you probably wouldn't live a very satisfying life that last 100 years.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like,
Yeah, like if immortality was on the table, I would not want it. Fuck.
I'd only
immortality.
want something that was like, okay, let's say once you hit 25, you stop aging, and then like you can go on to like, let's say 100, and then you're gone.
Yeah, like if I could stay 25 for like a good 100 years, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Like, cause again, I just want to live a normal lifespan because I don't want to have to lose all my loved ones and like all this responsibility and shit. Like, nah, fuck that. But like, yeah, if I could live a normal lifespan at a certain age, or even if it added like maybe 20 years, but I got to be in that certain age, that'd be fine.
Like if you stopped aging right now, like, how?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, like so you'd be okay with that for the rest of your life? I'm just
Yeah,
okay,
that'd be
cool.
fine. I like how I am right now. I'd be at like prime health, I guess. Like
yeah,
and that
23.
would be good.
Yeah, because once you hit 25,
24,
it starts going
yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have one more year before I'm all in decline.
Well, actually, if you do fitness stuff, you can expand it to another 5 years.
Yay!
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
it's
So
all
as long as you do
downhill.
fitness stuff. So that's crazy. Like to me, that's just like, oh yeah, it's like your body just. That's like a scary thing to me. It's just
So
like,
yeah,
oh yeah.
you know what?
used to do
Fuck
that.
it. I'm gonna use my full honest answer to find the cure for cancer.
Mhm.
But then I'm going to do something very human.
Get money from it.
Yes.
You want the cure for cancer? $5. Come to my house. $5. Who
yeah,
has cancer?
or I'm just gonna be like, listen, I'm just gonna go to like I'm not gonna like go to a cancer victim and do that. I'm gonna go to like the doctors and be like, or whoever's like in charge of that and be like, hey, I have the cure for cancer. I'll give it to you.
What if
In
they liquidate
exchange,
you?
just like I just want enough money to live like a peaceful little life, and you can just have it. Like just fucking
But-
take it.
What if they already know there's a cure for cancer, and they're like, "Oh, we've known, and now that you know, we can't let you live right now."
Well, I guess I would die.
No, that's why you don't go with people for it. You go to like Bill Gates or something.
Yes. Okay. I'll go to Bill Gates and I'll be like, "Here's the cure for cancer. If you don't want to give me the money up front, that's fine. Test it out. Try it out. And if it works, then you have to give me money."
You could give it to Jeff Bezos so you could sell it on Amazon.
Oh my God! I'll sell the cure to cancer on Amazon for $10.
$10, cure for cancer. Because he's already rich.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
stupid
yeah.
rich. He literally doesn't have to do. He can literally for the rest of his life just eat potato chips and watch Netflix and be fine.
Yeah. So could Bill Gates if he wanted to, but he donates a majority, like, of his money.
It's so
and
crazy
yeah.
that they are that rich because it's like let's say hypothetically I saved Jeff Bezos' life, right? It's like, oh, you saved
Yeah.
my life. What could I ever do to repay you? Like, well, could I have like $10 million? Yeah, fine. This is easy. Is that it? Just $10 million? Is that all you want? Okay, sure. Here you go. I would have asked for more.
Damn, dude, I'll just take $1 million. I'd be fine.
One for your life?
Well, no, because if
Because to me, I'm trying to get
I
like
wouldn't
money
wanna ask
that
a
I'm like
crazy
set for
amount.
life.
because like with $1 million, I could like invest it into like stuff that I want to do to advance my life.
But so with 10 million, you could too.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I guess it doesn't matter what amount you're asking for in that sense. So yeah,
I mean-
fuck it, that'd be good.
Well, like, he has literally, Katie. Let's think about this. He has 154 billion, but with a B, dollars.
Damn.
So that's like, if he's like, okay, what do you want? And he opens a checkbook. Like, how much do you feel? Like, here's a question: how much do you feel you could ask for without feeling like bad? He's literally like, okay, like, how much would you want?
$2 million.
Really, just 2 million?
Just 2.
I mean, isn't that like the equivalent of like 2 pennies to him? Or like
I'll take
$2?
it.
Oh, okay.
2 million.
See, for me, is there a limit, dude? Like, what do you want? Like, million, 1 B? I got like 100 Bs, bro. It's just like, I mean, okay, if you can give me 1 B, I'll be set for life.
I think I'd be fine with 2M. I think I'd be fine.
2M?
Because once you have money, making money is easier. And so I would use it because I wouldn't want to stop working. I would.
Oh, no, you don't have to stop working. I'm just saying, like, you have like a dragon pit that you can do what you want.
That's true. Yeah. Well, what would be the answer to your one answered question?
Billion. Let me see. Yeah, I'd probably do something to help out humanity, because like for myself, it's just like I don't know, because like there are sometimes I do think like there are questions, like you said, I don't want to know the answer to, and it's just like
but the temptations there.
Yeah, it'd be 2 temptations. So yeah, I'd probably just say like, can you give me this so I can help a bunch of people out? That'd be great.
So would you ask about the cure for cancer or diabetes, or is there anything specific for you?
Not for me. It'd probably just be. I'd phrase it in a way to ask for every disease, everything that affects humans that end their lifespans negatively. I'd phrase it in some way that would like let me ask for that, so I could have all of them on like a piece of paper, and then I could like do it in. Because I know there's just certain things I'm curious about, like because to me, I still don't understand how like the people don't have like a cure for baldness. Like, even though, like, I've got, like, a head of hair, and I'm probably, like, at 30, like, hopefully I'm good for a little while still. But it's just, like, I don't understand how there's still not, like, a cure for that. Or, like, there's certain diseases, like, what herpes and, like, other stuff that I'm just, like, I feel like y'all should have had, like, a cure for this, like, a long time ago or something.
Yeah.
And I'm just, like, you haven't yet, so... Why is that? Like, why is this one evading all cure potentials? Like, instead of just like you have stuff that subsides it, but you don't have stuff that cures it outright. Like, I feel like that's something.
Well, I don't know science that well, so
exactly.
There just isn't. So I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, like, scientifically speaking, that's what I would be interested in, just like cures for all of that type of stuff, so people can live like good lives.
Yeah.
Because like that's what I feel. I feel generally empathetic towards people who have something that's like a lifelong ailment that they can't like do anything about. So like I honestly just I want to help people like that.
Yeah. Well, we did it, Jordan.
We did it.
We cured cancer.
We cured cancer and got $2 million from Jeff Bezos.
We did it.
Well, you got $2 million. I was like,
we did it.
Oh, did you? Funny enough, before this ends, did you ever see that that thing? I think I mentioned this before about like the guy who was like, if you press this button, you instantly get $1 million, and if you press this other button, you have a 50% chance of winning $100 million. And the guy was like everyone was like pushing the button, and they were winning the $1 million. And then one of the guys in the middle was just like, you know what? I have a good life. My life, I'm able to do this. So I'm just going to push this 50 million one. And just because he had the balls to push that button, he instantly got the 100 million like that.
Wow.
And I was just like, wow, dude. And so, like, the people who went in front of him were all, like, mad. You see it visibly on their faces. But it's just like, dude,
I'd be happy for him because I'm already getting $1 million. Like,
yeah,
I'm already
exactly.
getting,
But
I
he
would
has
definitely be the
99
person
million
that presses
more. 99
I would be the
million.
person that just presses the 1 million. Like,
here's
I'm
a
not
question.
gonna risk it.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh no, I was just saying I'd be the person that would just press the 1 million, and if somebody else won the 99 other million, I'd be like, oh my god, that's awesome, because I'm already getting mine. Why be mad that somebody else is getting theirs if mine's already coming?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think Jeff Bezos, like, because I just realized if I was as rich as Jeff Bezos, I could make all my own animes whenever I wanted.
Oh god.
Because you could just like pay out like animation studios and pay out voice actors and pay out like script writers. And it's just like, I could like make any anime I want. Anything that artistically I could make the greatest porn ever.
Oh
like
my
so
god.
much hentai.
You could.
I could make the greatest hentai ever with that much money, because I could just be like, hey, I need these artists, and I want to actually hire voice actresses to do this quality work. And then like, because what's so funny is like, dubs of hentai are just like, I mean, people are barely trying, but in Japan they're like, to see, and they're like acting their asses off. So I like love that stuff. So it's just like,
Oh my God, there's so much. I would like open animation studios just for that. Just buying it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Have a sex robot. Okay, yeah, okay. All right,
Yeah.
that's cool. One day.
Well, speaking of cool,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're cool.
Oh, I think you're cooler.
You know what else is cool?
What? Sex?
Ending today's episode and
Okay.
sex.
Yes.
Yay! Jordan, where can they find you?
Jaxblade. Everywhere. On social
it.
media. Just look me up. Jaxblade. You'll find me. Jaxblade Fitness on Twitter, though, if you really want to see me.
Hell yeah. And me too. You can find me at KaniDay, KaniDay, where I just do the Googles and shit. I'm on the Twitters and the Instas and everything. And also on Crew Productions and Dr. Crafty. I'm going to be at Magic City Con this weekend hosting a panel about podcasting with Ming Chen and Joe Brody Lee.
Yo, mama.
And this other dude. It's going to be cool. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, Nee.
Yay!
Yay. Bye.
And stay after the song for a special little clip of silliness.
Jax is here. Jax will do this because Katy is here. Oh my God. Bye. Man, I really want to suck a boob.
Let's sync it up, bitch.
Yeah, let's do it, bitch.
Okay, bitch.
Is that what we're
One,
singing with?
2, 3, bitch. All right.